no matter what, and I know this from being on the musician side, even if you're grounded and you have realistic music expectations and you know how this works, in the back of your head you're going, this could be the one.
This could be the one.
This could take me to the next level, or this could go from 0 to 100 really quickly. And in my time, there's almost no 0 to 100s. I've had a few unicorns, but really it's usually building blocks, step by step, and it gets you to that process. So I started jokingly referring to myself as the Dreamcrusher. Like, that's what my business cards should say. And it's tongue in cheek, like that's what I do, but also just like there's no way around that. If you're a musician and you're making something and you actually care about it, that should be the relationship. You should think this is your thing that's going to take you that next level. Or what's the point in putting it out?
Otherwise, and put in the effort and put in the time and do the gigs and all that.
If not, just stay in your house, enjoy it. Make it something you enjoy. That's not going out into the world, because the world doesn't need it if you don't believe that. You might need it as a
Say that one more time. The world doesn't need it
if you don't believe it. If you don't believe that your song and the piece of music you're making is one of the best things you've ever done or is worthy of going to another level, there's no reason to go and push it to an extreme.
Right.
It's not to make it. Everyone should make music that wants to make music. Everyone should create. Every single person in the world should create
anything.
But you don't have to have those expectations. But if you
do it for yourself.
If
please.
you do, you should have that belief in your heart.
Yeah.
That it could do this really special thing and could get out there in a way that could be life-changing, even though it probably won't be.
Is that life-changing thing? Is that really special thing? Is it different for different artists?
I think so. Yeah, it's very personal too.
When you have that conversation with artists, say they want to start working with you, is it like, hey, what are your goals for this thing? Or do they ask you, like, what can I do with it?
So the first thing I like to do is have a conversation with somebody, and I say, yeah, tell me about your project. Tell me what you want to do. And that's how I like to start. And I get a real good sense of them as people, surprisingly really quick by that. And also I get a sense of what they're after and what they're going for and what's important to them, because every project is different in what's important. This thing that I'm talking about, where you have to hit this, you have to feel a certain way, my feeling is different from your feeling, that's different from your feeling, but it's something that you've created something special, and it deserves to be heard. How it's heard, where it's going to get you, what your goals are, they're all different things. Now, in all cases, I am probably, to some degree, the Dreamcrusher, because you'll go through a process of marketing a release, and even in our best scenarios, something isn't obtained that you think was going to, or you hoped. Not that you think, that you hoped.
Even in the best case scenarios.
Yeah. You'll never check off every box. And I could go through case studies of the most successful artists in the world, and there would be something that, this part of this rollout, we really wanted to do that, and you couldn't do it. Either time gets in the way, or people didn't view it that way, or you checked off this, and this thing, and the person that was the gatekeeper for that thing turned you away at the door. Right. Even though you had all of the things that seem like you're supposed to have it, and for whatever reason, it could come down to an individual's whims or luck. So you can't take those things personally. So when I also say I want to be that person at the same time, because I want people to have those feelings, but also being realistic. Right. And the perfect artist for me is someone that understands this is what most likely will happen, but also, again, in the back of their head says, I hope this other amazing thing happens because I deserve it.
Well, yeah, and like that's kind of the fun thing about, putting music out, is there is that hope and dream and the excitement of sharing your music. And the thing that I love about music is it's so personal. Yeah. And then when someone else hears something that you've written, and it connects with them so deeply, like that is one of the best feelings. It's worth the journey, I think.
And then this is, not to get too sappy here, but it is human connection, right?
I'll say from my own perspective, and oftentimes on the show when I speak from my perspective, there's others who have felt the same, where it's like I'm writing great music and I don't know what to do. And I remember the first time I've heard of you, we were recording, this was 2018, I want to say. We're like, okay, we've tried to release music and we've tried to like get it out to people, and we're like, where do we send this? What do we do? And the guy that we were working with, the producer, he was like, you should go to Auteur.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? What's Auteur? So for those who don't even know, if we could kind of do a very quick, like, what do you do? So, and this is a changing thing all the time that I do.
Sure. So when I first started, it was MySpace. That's how a lot of how I got this is I knew blogs and I knew MySpace.
Yeah.
I could get you a bunch of followers on MySpace, real followers with my techniques. And
okay. All I got is Tom.
And he doesn't even like it.
He doesn't like me.
No.
He's smiling.
He's not a fan.
No.
Tom also, give it up for Tom, living his best life. Realize, like, I don't want to be a part of all these losers here. I don't want to be Zuckerberg. I'm going to go and take amazing photographs, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
Travels the world.
Tom?
Tom sold the company and was like, I'm going to actually have a good life.
That's my kind of tech bro.
Yeah.
So back to the original.
He'll
question.
probably have some terrible things that I don't know about. And the original.
What?
So what do I do?
Adam, what do you do?
So that grew into me doing online PR and press campaigns for artists. And my viewpoint was different, where I was working with bloggers all around the world. So I wasn't a traditional Canadian publicist. I was a guy that could get press in any territory. And I kept looking for new contacts and looking for new ways. And that led me to doing some work with social media. And that quickly led me to playlisting. And I started in 2009. It was about 2015 that playlisting started showing up.
Yeah.
And I started noticing that a lot of bloggers had started playlists, and those playlists started interacting. And then some of our artists were getting hundreds of thousands of plays. And at first, I was always so naive about these changes. And I went, oh, that's great. Somebody must be doing this for them. And then it started happening in a few cases where, like, that band was locked out of their email and doesn't do anything online. I'm the only one pushing this. And they have 200,000 plays. I must be doing something right. And at that point, Spotify was much more open and let us know, like, yeah, we're tracking that. We're tracking these user-generated playlists. We're data mining the internet. So work that you're doing there is going to add up. But there's all these individual playlisters that have nothing to do with blogs or whatever, and they're part of that system. So we started researching them, bringing them into our system. And then we started doing digital marketing, running ads on various social media platforms. And that's led me into doing label services over the last 6 years, which is now probably the most all-encompassing aspect of what we do, and really probably going to be the main focus of the company. Not that we won't do PR campaigns, standalone PR campaigns around songs and albums on their own, but when we're doing label services, we're getting into every aspect of a marketing release. We're talking about distribution. We're talking about DSP pitches. We're talking about social media strategy. We're talking about social media content calendars. We're talking about still PR and press. We're talking about influencers a little bit more these days.
Sure, big time.
We're talking about the short form video you're going to make, how that's going to build out your world. And we're just trying to integrate ourselves into the artist conversation so they know more about themselves, because it's a long journey. Everybody thinks, oh, one thing will go viral and that's it. It really is usually brick by brick.